Hello, mystics and healers and light workers and heart center therapists and counselors and wisdom keepers and teachers. I want to share a little bit about mining treasures from the Trove. So, this is my newest offering, and for those of us who are in this profession, we know that it is the continuation of our own inner journey and our own work and continuing to clear our own blocks and limitations that continue to free up more of our light and our radiance and our truth. So I just wanted to share a little bit. There's all kinds of information, of course, on the landing page that you can totally check out. But whether you know about the gene keys or you don't, the gene keys are a living body of wisdom. And it's through this living body of wisdom that we can see on the hologenetic profile a map of the archetypal qualities and energies that your soul has chosen to work with in this life. And we get to see that on three different frequency bands, really. We see it at the shadow, the gift, and the siddhi. And that's spelled Siddhi. It's a Sanskrit word and it means divine gift. And your hologenetic profile reveals all of these things, which is really amazing. In my offering, Mining Treasures from the Trove, we're going to move through the Venus sequence. And the Venus sequence is all about relationships and childhood wounding. Um, it's all about opening our heart and keeping it open. And as we know, as we're in these human bodies, it's a practice. It's a practice. It's not a destination that we're going to arrive to. And, I've been doing this work every day since 2013. And it has evolved me and my consciousness and my life in so many incredibly beautiful ways. But the most beautiful way is with the relationship that I have with myself and the deeper understanding that I have of my shadow aspects. And not only when these shadow aspects sort of come online, but the illumination of understanding how these shadow aspects formed themselves, really as a result of a brilliant strategy. Because when our younger selves were encountering difficulties or traumas or confrontations in the real world, the physical world that we were too young to really understand or make sense out of or process, these aspects of us were born, they were birthed. And these aspects of us really act as the fighter warriors. These are the parts of us that are protecting the more tender spaces that could experience pain and shame and hurt and grief. And so, in Mining Treasures from the Trove, we're going to use the hologenetic profile to specifically reveal for every single person, like your specific shadow aspects, your specific curriculum. And through understanding those aspects, we're going to go sphere by sphere and move through a series of inner inquiries that will help you understand how this aspect was born, how you can learn from this aspect of yourself, what is on offer for your growth, and really what is the higher purpose of these aspects in your life? Where do they show up? And when they do show up, because here's the bad news, these aspects are going to be with us until we take our last breath. Again, this isn't like a destination that we cross and we get to a place where we say, oh, that's it. It's never happening again. But the more illumination that we bring, the more prepared we are to work with these different dynamics within ourselves. So this is the whole purpose of mining treasures from the trove, because what happens is as we get the shadow to relax a little bit, maybe move to the side, then more of your true radiance, more of your gifts come online. Now, this offering is running as an adjunct to a bigger online retreat, which is taking place right now, being led by Richard Rudd and Team 64 with the Gene Keys. And so you must participate in both, because the Venus sequence offering, which takes place in the Gene Key world, is a key component to what's happening with my offering, which is an adjunct running parallel, mining treasures from the trove. So I know that that feels like a lot of information. And if this is something that you're attuning to, you want to do a little shadow dancing. And in spiritual psychology, the definition of healing, as defined by Doctors Ron and Mary Holnick, is defined as the application of loving to the places inside that hurt. And basically, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring love and compassion and understanding and acceptance, deep levels of acceptance, to not only these aspects of ourselves, but how these aspects got formed. And through that, we melt into our loving nature, into the love that we are, into the openness and the fluidity and the yumminess of our hearts. So I hope you'll join me. This is my personal invitation. I wanted to come on here and just sort of articulate what feels like a lot, but to give you more of an understanding and an explanation around what's on offer. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please take a look at the accompanied link, and I welcome you into a discovery call with me if you want to get on my calendar and we can have a deeper conversation about how this is relevant for you in your life. Please, it would be my honor. Okay. Thank you.